It was going to be out here today. And since the battles at Onigashima are over, I was going to go ahead and create a tier list for the first time over the Onigashima battles. Okay, in the first one we have Peak Peace, which like the best of the best. And then after that is really good, it's like super good, like 9 out of 10. And then good would be like, it's good. It's One Piece, it's enjoyable. But I don't know how to feel about it. And then tries, but yeah, that fight shouldn't have even been in the story at all. Okay, so first off is Chopper versus Queen. Very good fight. But it showed that Choppers, they were obviously going to clash at some point, but doesn't mean like that's his main fight or anything. It's just to show that Chopper's out of his league to go against Queen, and that they are natural enemies, but that doesn't mean that it will be a close battle at all. And it was very interesting, especially that point. I think the main point of that battle was to reveal about like Chopper's new form. Yeah, you can go into the monster point for like 20 minutes, I believe, instead of like 2 minutes. But there'll be major risk, which we figured out later it was Glamps Chopper, little baby Glamps. Yeah, it was really good. It was like the stakes were up there, really good, but it wasn't like blow your minds off excellent or anything. It was like really, really good. So I'll put Chopper vs. Queen under really good. Okay, the next one is X-Ray versus Apu. I completely forgot this was a fight, to be honest with you. And being straight up, I don't really see the point of it. And it just be like, it just like, the only thing it did was show those two characters. And that's about it. So there was really no meaning to it except to show those two characters. So do I not put it on trash or I'll put on the trash. So a bit Frankie versus Sasaki. Now when Frankie went up against Sasaki, it kind of made up for not going against Queen, with Queen being into like science and stuff and Frankie being into science. It'd be interesting to see them both go face off, but it kind of made it up with Frankie versus Sasaki. And it was kind of interesting, really, because Frankie, it showed that Sasaki, that weird scientific part of dinosaurs, I don't know, swirling your head around like a helicopter, I have no idea, neck, whatever. Well, I'll put that under really good. Now with Carrot and Wanda versus Pearl, I kind of like seeing Carrot and Wanda. Well, what's that? I wanted to say Carrot versus Pearl, but we got Wanda with it. It kind of makes sense because Carrot isn't strong enough to take out Pearl by herself. But I did not like it how the ending went. I like how she was like, Spell, kill Pedro, and Bell was like, no, I did it, he blew himself up. I just didn't like it. Well, it was kind of funny how, like, I don't remember what the Nakamushi or Inuwashi was like, you killed Pedro, and then they went on a whim, and then he got mad, and they, like, sort of did, and I just didn't like how it ended out with Killer and Wanda losing. But, you know, I'll put it under good because they lost. Next up is Jinbei, pauses page 1. I love this fight. Especially at the end especially how, like, because of the reveal, who's who was like, you know about that devil fruit? That devil fruit that your captain has? He's wanting to kill him because it was the reason why he got put in Impel Down. And who was the strongest Lucci, a CP agent, but got thrown in Impel Down because he failed one mission to get a simple devil fruit. And the way he said to Jinbei, like, you know slaves, don't you? Like, he made it a way where Jinbei wouldn't answer him. So, I'll put that as really good, but maybe yeah, really good. Ahead of these, hold on, there it is. Okay, the next one is Law and Kid versus Big Mom. Now, I know a lot of people like this fight, but I wasn't really a big fan of it, to be honest. And it seemed like a lot of, like, repetitive. Like, several times they said that they were going to take Big Mom down several times. And they like, this is my final attack and stuff like that. It just wasn't really too enjoyable. So, I'm sorry, but I'll put it as Oops. You just don't want to go on that, do you? There you go. Now, Killer versus Hawkins. I like this fight. It was more like, like, I have a higher percentage of winning than you do. And then Killer turned that tables upside down on him. Well, it seemed like Killer was in a desperate situation to most people. I like how Oda did. He didn't be like, he just wins somehow. Since Killer made it so whenever Hawkins gets hurt, Kid does too. So Killer ended up I think it was cutting off the one arm that Hawkins has. And then the last card Hawkins pulls up is I don't remember what it's called, but it's like the change of fate or something like that. That one was really good, so a lot of it's good. Some was really good. I don't know where to put it. Should I put it at the top of good or the back of really good? I think I'll put it at the front of good. Actually, I'll change that to really good. Up is Marco, versus King and Queen. Now, this one was just to show off how skilled Marco is. I mean, it's not really like a balled out fight or anything. It's not like super good or anything. But like, eh. Okay, next was 9 versus OT. I don't really like Nami that much as a character, but I kind of like it whenever, maybe a little bit. I kind of like how they say the character, and then OT is like, tell Kaido, say Luffy's not gonna be king of the pirates, admit it, and I'll let you live. And then Usopp says, just do it, Nami. And then Nami breaks down and cries. And she says Luffy's gonna be the one king of the pirates. I mean, overall the fight wasn't bad. I mean, I would say it was good. What could you? I don't think I should say much. I think I should just say and put it in Okay. Blue Fourth Caddo, this is peak One Piece. Like, especially when, like, Caddo going through his drunk phases, and then Luffy, get going into his peak and getting in the Gill Fist, then seeing all of his wacky movesets and stuff like that, and seeing him finally take down Kaido. That was peak. So, peak piece. English was Jack. I like this fight. It go ahead and shows like how good of a matchup it's gonna be. And Washi is like, there's no poison heal, and then Jack is like, that's funny. I don't see any. Moon either, you stupid dog. I don't know, I think I got that backwards. But anyway, I'll put that as really good. Next up is Nico Robin versus Moya. This one was a really good fight. Especially seeing Nico Robin's, I think, awakening. Seeing her go into a new form and seeing a flashback between her, Sabo, and Koala. That one was really good. I think a lot of us been waiting to see that flashback, and we finally got it during that battle. So that one was really good. I think I should put these two in the front. Oh wait. Actually, yeah. Thunderbolt Queen, this fight really did in deep to Sanji's character. And him finally going out against his, like, you know what? I'm gonna still have power no matter what. And him wondering if he hit a woman or not, but finally deciding on his decision that if it really is true that he hit a woman, then Zoro would take him out. And I really like this fight. Like, I think it was like the best Sanji fight we've ever gotten, in my opinion, so I'll put it as really good. Right there, I think. The Scabbards and Huey versus Orochi. I mean, it wasn't bad, wasn't good either. I think a lot of it's been overshadowed by a lot of the other fights. But in this arc, I'll put it as a eh. Scabbards versus Kaido. It just shows you that how good the Scabbards are at fighting, and them trying to take out Kaido, even though they know that Luffy is on their way to help them, which he doesn't make it in time, but it's one of those moments that is peak peace. So it's Supernovas versus Caddo. Man, this one was really, really hyped up right before we got to the top. And then right when we got to the top, it was still hype. Seeing the personalities clash of the Supernovas and the Yonko. Especially seeing Luffy walk in. And Luffy challenged him to take a hit from Kaido. Seeing Luffy hit Kaido with the web lock. Seeing Luffy seeing Zoro slash Kaido, and seeing the rest of the Supernovas throwing everything they have at mostly Kaido, but a little bit of Big Mom as well. That one was really peak. That was peak. Kinemon versus Conjuror. This one was a really good one. Seeing it would only make sense for the best friend to go against one who betrayed you. And seeing it like this, seeing how he played it out, trying to pretend to be Odin, and people were falling for it, and Kinemon lashing out in angle. That one really sold it good. So actually, should I put this at peak? I'm thinking. I'll put it as really good in the front, actually. This was at page 1. I'll go and put that as eh. It just seemed like a throwaway one that really didn't have any meaning at all. And then next off is Yamato versus Kaido. I would put that as good. It was a fight, well, it went back in Yamato's flashback. Well, Yamato struggled, and her dad basically throwing her away. Not really, but kinda. And then seeing her wanting to be free, and it really gives you who Yamato is and her motivations, and him saying that nobody is going to, no human's going to be your friend. That's what Caddo says to Yamato, and Yamato's like, that's not true. And yeah, that's just and then Luffy shows up. That's a good one. Zoro vs. the King. This is one of the fights that gives you like a really good feeling, kind of like a lot of the other ones. Especially like how similar Zoro and King are. So I'll put it as really good. You know, like seeing King, false mate of the Beast Pirates, parallel to Zoro, the false mate of the Straw Hat Pirates. It just goes to show you, like, that they'll actually, that King and Zoro are actually similar. So, the tier list is under peak piece, Luffy versus Kaido, the Red Scavengers versus Kaido, the Supernova versus the Yonko, and under really good, Kinemon versus Wizo. Then Black Moya versus Robin. Rossi versus Jack. Jinbei versus Page 1. Sanji versus Queen. Chopper versus Queen. Frankie versus Sasaki. Versus Hawkins. Zoro versus King. And then under good, we have Apple, Wanda, and Carrot versus Perospello. Then we have versus OT. Then Yamato versus Caddo, and then under we have Law and Kid versus Big Mom, Marco versus King and Queen, Fuku Wakaju versus Wizo, Page 1 versus Usopp, and Fortune Hero versus Orochi. And finally, under the trash, we have Apu versus X-Drake. Enjoy the video if you did. Comment, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.